Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are working on the NA Miata. Very excited. Last time I took the car out to the track, we broke a wheel stud. So rather than just replacing the one, I'm gonna replace all of them. So that is what we are doing in today's video. So let's get to it. My assistant doing assistant things such as guarding the property. Okay, so while we're doing the studs, we're gonna go ahead and do brake pads as well. And then I have to replace the rear passenger side caliper. We replaced the rear drivers last year because it froze on us right before an event. So went ahead and swapped that one out. But the one on the passenger side has a strip bolt, so you can't actually replace the brake pads without replacing the whole caliper on it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace that, replace the pads, all four corners, while we're doing the studs, since you have to take it all off anyways. So let's get to work. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to film with one hand and wrench with the other, so it's going super low. Just gonna place that there so it's not hanging. Take off our old pads. They're definitely getting low, but not terrible. I have seen worse in my days. Okay, now taking off the caliper bracket, which was put on by Hulk himself. Oh my gosh, whoever put this on and never wanted to take it off again. So that took a lot of effort. But it's a Miata, so everything's fairly simple. So not the end of the world. So we're gonna take this bracket off and then take the rotor off and then hopefully just tap out these studs. Fingers crossed. You know when you're doing something like this and it feels like the threads never end, that's where I'm at right now. Okay, there's the bracket. Okay, now allegedly you can just hammer these out. So I'm gonna see if I have any like lubricant laying around that I can spray on this to hopefully help this, because I really don't want to damage the whole wheel bearing. I just want to pop the studs out. Okay, all four are out. I'm gonna grab four new ones and get them in. Okay, so these ones are a little longer, but that is totally fine by me because the original ones were very short. Oh, these are a lot longer. A lot longer. Oh my gosh. Look at the difference. Oops. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, so pressing it in with the lug nut and a socket. Almost in, just needs a little more, but my impact died, so gotta wait for that to charge. But looking pretty good so far. So while the impact is charging, I'm gonna go ahead and take all this off and get this one prepped. That's our sad broken one. You can see how tiny he is. Okay, so just currently pulling off this rear caliper bracket, and then we'll get the rotor and the bracket off, and then pop out the studs. That's that, and I'll just pull off the rotor. Boom. Miatas are so easy to work on. This is ridiculous. Okay, front studs are in, so now I'm gonna work on getting the rotor back on and the caliper, and then get the new pads on. So let's hop into it. Just gonna reuse these rotors. They seem like they have good life left in them, and we might be changing compounds here, so I don't want to commit to new rotors to start bedding brakes in if I'm just gonna change anyways. Okay, rotor's on, brakes on, new pads are on, the little clip guys are in, and these clips are in, so we are good to go on the front caliper. Let's get it. Okay, so I just pressed this piston back in, and now I'm gonna get the rotor put back on and get this caliper on. Go. Okay, I really thought the extended lugs would be way more of an eyesore, like the Hot Boy extended lugs that like are poking way out further than the wheel, but they're actually not as bad as I anticipated. I think they look pretty good actually. All seems to be good. Took the car on a test drive. I need to wash it before I go to the track today. There's our little crunch. Don't worry, it hit a deer. Not bad. I think it looks good actually. Okay, so this wasn't the worst install ever, but the rears were definitely much trickier. You have to remove that dust shielding, so I actually just cut mine, and then I filed down the hubs a little bit because the casting is pretty messy and it kept getting caught on the stud. I've seen some people do where they just flatten one side of the stud that goes in, like that pushes on the backside, so that it's not a perfect circle. I didn't want to do that, and I don't have like a belt sander or anything to where that would be easy to do. If I did, I probably would have done that, but my solution was to just do a little filing on the hub to get that little extra part of the casting out, and then they slipped in pretty easily. No threads were damaged or anything. They were a little crooked until they got past the entire hub, but once they got all the way in straight, no problem. Squished in nice, pressed in all the way, all seems to be good. So thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out, and I will catch you in the next one.